Anthony Robinson II running the point for Missouri, making his third straight start at point guard. Tavares, Missouri, despite winning their last two games in blowout fashion, had slow starts, and there's another turnover on their first possession.
Yeah, Pine Bluff opening that 3-2 zone. Mizzou was prepared for it, but it's never the same when you got to go against a team that practices every day.
Caleb Jones missed that last three in the Missouri starting five, the same as their last two games, including Anthony Robinson at point. You saw the true freshman Honor Boateng with the miss from the outside. He has started every game but the opener.
Positive for Gates to see Boateng being aggressive on that second possession.
Another three-pointer off the mark. UAPB is now 0 for 2. That last one by Zach Reinhardt. Missouri has been really good in transition this year, Tavares, and they're going to want to clean the glass there and get out and run.
Yeah, turning defense to offense is a staple for Coach Dennis Gates. He brought it into this program, and he really wants this team to execute on that philosophy tonight.
Robinson, Bates, Boateng, Mitchell, and Gray, the starting five for the third straight game for Mizzou. Almost a minute in, still looking for our first points here at Mizzou Arena. There's Tamar Bates, in and out, and the rebound by Vuga for UAPB.
Again, Mizzou wants to remain aggressive. You want to get Arkansas Pine Bluff out of that zone. You got to take and make shots.
This is Christian Moore. Over to Caleb Jones. Jones works his way in. And another rebound for Josh Gray. He had his best rebounding performance in a Mizzou uniform on Friday night against Pacific.
Yeah, he's starting to find his way here at Mizzou. Capable big, he's big and strong, but understanding his bread and butter is getting rebounds and protecting the paint.
Missouri 0 for their first three. That last three-pointer off the mark from Tamar Bates. This is what we've seen from Mizzou, especially the last couple of weeks. A little slow start, eventually coming around. Vuga goes glass for the first points of the game.
Vuga is incredibly crafty from Slovenia. Got a lot of different moves inside and out.
Turned over by Boateng. Pine Bluff looking to extend their lead. Reinhardt driving kick. Corner three on the way. Off the glass, no good. That was Quentin Bolton. Now a whistle, and Missouri unable to get on the board in the first 2:05. And like clockwork, here comes Caleb Grill into the game for Missouri. Solomon Bozeman, his third season. And as you mentioned, these two programs know each other pretty well, meeting for the second straight year.
Yeah, Coach Bozeman was a great player at Arkansas Little Rock. He's experienced. He's getting his group together. They're still learning. Got a lot of new faces, but he's excited about this team and what they're going to do once they get into league play.
Lost to Texas Tech their last time out by 34 points, 1-5 on the season.
And you look at their strength of schedule, pretty tough with all the road games, but every game is an opportunity to start over, and each night is a new night for these guys.
Vuga on the baseline, and the shot clock expired. Missouri with some stifling defense.
That's what you want to see if you're Coach Gates. You want your guys to be energized and energetic, playing together. Coach Gates has been a mainstay with his defensive presence as an identity.
And also a deep bench. Missouri's bench scoring has been through the roof early in this season. Dennis has said the last couple of days he wants to play 10, maybe 11 or 12 guys. And that's what we've seen for Missouri early in this season.
Already getting Caleb Grill in the game. He definitely allows his guys to push the pace.
Good ball movement in the half court, and Robinson drains the three, and Missouri's got their first lead.
Once you see one go in, it just opens up the game for everyone. They know they're going to have to make shots against this zone.
Tigers are shooting just under 40% from three as a team. They've been so hot lately. Josh Gray, the 7-footer, even hit his first career three-pointer on Friday night. There's Gray doing what he usually does with the rebound.
That's a great motivator, Coach Gates. If you get in there and rebound, we'll let you take shots.
Off the mark, but that was in rhythm for Grill. Transition chance here for Caleb Jones, the triple. And a rebound by Bates, and here comes Missouri looking to run.
Blistering pace, it definitely favors Mizzou with the size, the length, the depth, but looks like Pine Bluff wants to run as well.
Well, those are some role reversals there. Mitchell missed the three, but Robinson was there for the rebound, and Mitchell cleans up the mess.
Another key for Coach Gates is let's hit the offensive glass. Don't worry about makes and misses. If we can go get it off the boards, then it'll make up for it.
a difference maker Mark Mitchell has been, even when he hasn't been the lead scorer for Missouri. You saw him there on the boards. Poked away by Gray. Missouri, active hands defensively. Bates in transition. The spin. And finds Robinson for a step back three. Offensive board by Gray. There he goes again. Grill's got his first of the night. And a timeout called by Arkansas Pine Bluff. Missouri, well, a cold first minute, but they have heated up again. And guess who was involved? The Grill has them cooking on a Sunday afternoon. Caleb Grill staying hot from the outside as Missouri's on an 8-0 run. Missouri up 8-2 in the opening moments over Arkansas Pine Bluff. Tigers looking for their fifth straight win. Courtside at North Shore Court. Boris Hardy, Ben Arnett, and cold first minute for Mizzou. And then, wouldn't you know, here comes Caleb Grill off the bench, and everything turns around. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenge to make shots on the first couple possessions for Mizzou this year. But one thing Coach Gates has stressed to his team is really make sure we hit the boards. And when you're playing a team like Pine Bluff, where you have a size advantage and they're playing a zone, offensive rebounding can be a real key and a killer for those guys. And not only the energy that Grill has brought, but Josh Gray, he's been owning the glass in the last couple of games. And he's been all over the place there for Mizzou. He's already got 4 rebounds in the first 4 minutes. Yeah, Josh Gray just adds a different dimension with his size and his physicality. And it makes the basket bigger for Caleb Grill when you know you have a guy like Josh Gray that can hit the boards if you miss. Tigers 0 for their first 3 from the field, but they're on an 8-0 run as we come out of this Arkansas Pine Bluff timeout. And we also mentioned it a little bit in the opening moments. The more Missouri can push the pace, they've got the depth, they've got the athletes to run away from Pine Bluff here if they can keep that up. Absolutely. But Pine Bluff hasn't been afraid. They've been pushing the pace as well. They want to get out and run and try to make some plays. Lions are 1 for their first 7. They went for the backdoor play. And Reinhardt buries the 3. Out of timeouts, really look for Coach Bozeman to go to backdoor plays. First 3-pointer today for Zach Reinhardt and the Golden Lions. Backdoor alley-oop. That was Anthony Robinson to Mark Mitchell. Great set. Again, Coach Gates with his own magic out of the timeout. Missouri using that size advantage again. Just into the game, Dante Sawyer misses his first shot. Tapped by Caleb Grill. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Pine Bluff as Missouri, they're better in transition, but their half-court offense is really evolving. Yeah, it's an execution play, great screen on the backside, phenomenal pass, great execution. Mark Mitchell with 4 of Missouri's first 10 points as Reinhardt's going to inbound for Pine Bluff right in front of the Missouri bench. One thing about Mizzou, when you take it out against them, they don't make it easy for you to get it in. You have to decide, do you want to attack or do you want to be safe? That time, Pine Bluff is safe getting it in. It's all started with defense for Missouri early in this season, these non-conference games. When their defensive energy is there, everything kind of flows from that. This is Dennis Asoro working his way to the basket. Strong, really attacked the middle and came back strong over his right shoulder. Pine Bluff looking a lot better offensively coming out of that timeout. Sometimes you just got to get a little rhythm and realize you can play with these guys. You got to defend better than that. Lamar Bates took it to the basket and letting them know on the way down floor. Rafael Dumont spinning into the paint against Marquez Warwick. Left it short. Asoro's right there. Another one. Dumont is aggressive going to the rim. Asoro's cleaning it up for him. Pine Bluff continuing to do a good job guarding the perimeter for Missouri. Mizzou getting down late in the shot clock. 10 to shoot for Bates. Pine Bluff switches defense, man to zone, and slows their rhythm down a little bit. Slows Mizzou's rhythm down. That was from extreme long distance from Grill, and it was late in the shot clock. And this is a chance for Pine Bluff to tie with a 3. Missouri was starting to run away from the Lions. But coming out of that timeout, Pine Bluff looks like a completely different team. Christian Moore junior transfer from North Texas. One of many newcomers for this Golden Lion team. It's cut off. Dumont with a three. And we're all tied up in Como, and that prompts a timeout by Dennis Gates.
Once again, Dumont, when he gets in the game, he's looking to score. We saw a drive earlier. This time, Christian Moore playing off the ball screen. He's very good, and he finds the open shooter lifting up out of the corner. Raphael Dumont does not need much time to get it off.
Correct myself, there was a foul away from the ball on that last play. The shot counts. Foul went against Osoro. So 2 team fouls now for Arkansas Pine Bluff. Game remains tied at 12. There's Mitchell to the rack, and he's got a chance at a 3-point play.
That was a very important drive for a lot of reasons. Depending on who that foul is on, if it's on Soros, who's been doing well for Pine Bluff, that would really hurt them. And I think they gave it to Raphael, but great drive, way to attack him. Soros has been doing a phenomenal job on the board, so you can't let him relax. Great call to attack him on defense.
It does go against Dumont, his first and the team's third. Mitchell hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play. And I like what you're saying there about Dennis Osoro. He's held his own there, especially against Mitchell. It's one of the positions, the few positions, Pine Bluff can almost go athlete for athlete. Driving all the way to the hoop is Dante Sawyer, and he's got a little something to say about what I just said, doesn't he?
Absolutely. These guys are fired up. They're excited to be here playing an SEC team. They're road tested, and so they're going to get after it.
Soro versus Mitchell, and instead it goes to Warwick. Warwick guarded by Jones. Cut off. Mitchell hit a couple of threes the other night, draws a foul on the drive, and that one is probably going to be on Osoro. And that is his second. So now you're talking about foul trouble for the Pine Bluff big man, and he comes out as Kleeman Vuga comes back in.
Important for Vuga right now to try to match the intensity that Soro was playing with.
A lot of energy on the bench for Solomon Bozeman. I mean, there was a moment a couple minutes ago where there was a hard closeout right in front of him. Everybody on the bench was getting down, clapping, bringing the energy.
You got to fight with your team. You got to fight for your team when you're in this type of environment.
And that was a fight play right there. Jones against the freshman Allen. Reinhardt. Missouri crashing the glass. Allen comes out with it. Here's Mitchell. 1-on-2. And Grill is there to put it back.
Grill showing that he's not just a shooter. Getting on the offensive boards, getting the extra possession and the putback.
He loves to get out and run. Cross-court pass. That is blocked by Robinson. And Missouri gets the turnover.
One thing that coaches talked about in transition, to get out, they got to really contest 3-point shots.
How about Anthony Robinson, the point guard? He's been all over the offensive glass in the early going.
Yeah, he has length and athleticism from that point guard position. He's really capable of making plays in a lot of different ways with the ball in his hands, but as you mentioned, getting on the glass and being able to just be a big guard.
Vuga got the size advantage on Warwick. Grill with the help. Reinhardt, open look. Off the back iron, and Grill almost has the rebound. Saving attempt there by Pine Bluff Sellers, and it will go to Missouri. Tigers getting a close one. Arkansas Pine Bluff responding. Mizzou still with the lead. Marcus Allen the miss, but the sophomore Ant Robinson is there for the putback, and the Tigers lead by 5.
And they're really looking for this opportunity to come in here and compete and show that although they're a new team, they can really get after an SEC team.
Kleeman Vuga, you see right there, he started his career at Monmouth, averaged 10-5 there, and they're getting that instant impact. Missouri hasn't really done anything wrong here in the first 9 minutes. Pine Bluff's really hanging in there, and coming out of that timeout they called about 5 minutes into the game, they've looked like a completely different team.
Yeah, I thought the aggressiveness of Dennis Osoro really made a difference. He brought some tremendous energy off the bench, and the other guys followed suit. Also, Dumont just remaining aggressive, trying to get to the basket, making shots, gives Missouri something they got to think about.
Missouri brings Tony Perkins in. He is the transfer point guard from Iowa, and Perkins and Robinson Both play at the same time, which Missouri has done a few times early in the season. Perkins on the drive draws a foul. Now this is Perkins' first action in 2 games because he was nursing a leg injury that wasn't serious. He's back in there now. Dennis Gates continues to look to that deep bench for a spark.
I love the pace that Tony Perkins plays with. Coach Gates has high expectations for him. He's a veteran as well. He has tremendous understanding of how to play the game. He doesn't get sped up. And Coach Gates is expecting big things out of Perkins this year.
2-time All Big Ten performer at Iowa, averaged 14 a game. Get the idea that he's not only here to produce now, but also continue to get the young point guards, the sophomore Anthony Robinson and the true freshman T.O. Barrett, up to speed in the college game.
Yeah, he's a leader. That was another reason that it was really important for Coach Gates and staff to get Tony Perkins and get the commitment. He knows he's been there, and he's really going to help this team in a lot of ways on the court and also as a leader.
It's going to be invaluable, especially for Ant Robinson, to have a guy like that to compete with in practice every day.
Absolutely.
Vuga on the drive, draws the foul. And it looks like it'll go against Josh Gray. And it goes on Perkins.
Vuga's really crafty. He has those Euro steps. He's from Slovenia. He doesn't play a traditional style of basketball, a little unorthodox, but he's very, very capable of scoring in a lot of different ways around the basket.
First one goes down. He can fill it up when he gets going, too. Scored 24 against champion Christian and 19 against Incarnate Word earlier this season. Had a 29-point game at Monmouth.
Again, another transfer, a guy that's been there. That's just one thing when you get the new day and age in college athletics is some of these guys are new to your team, but they're not new to college basketball.
So the lead for Missouri back down to 5. Mizzou looking to pull away. They were able to do that successfully towards the end of the first half on Friday against Pacific. That was a 60-year player move there by Caleb Grill, throwing it off the Pine Bluff players.
Yeah, Pine Bluff in this 3-2. Not a lot of teams play it in college basketball. Mizzou's trying to attack it with Grill running corner to corner, really looking inside with 2 post players, trying to find a rhythm against the zone.
Perkins double teamed, able to find Grill. Missouri quick ball movement down low. Allen spins, can't get it to go. Offensive board by Robinson. That's his 3rd offensive rebound of the day. Knocked out of bounds by Pine Bluff, so we'll stay with Missouri. Anthony Robinson, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in 7 minutes.
Yeah, for Pine Bluff to take advantage of a guard crashing, they're going to have to grab some strong rebounds and get out and go. But it almost looks like Missouri is playing 5 to the glass against that zone, and Arkansas Pine Bluff haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Allen goes out. Jacob Cruz comes in for the first time for Missouri. Robinson tried to lob it to Gray. Pine Bluff made that really hard, and they forced the turnover. Jones. There's Vuga. Gets cut off. Good recovery by Missouri. Open 3 off the back iron. That was Bolton. And Missouri runs off the rebound. Grill. Oh, that was a good look to Gray. Step back 3 from Cruz, in and out. Grill is right there. Gray almost had the rebound, but it is Christian Moore who comes out with it. Now Perkins off the miss. Had Cruz ahead, but it was 1-on-3. Robinson, Cruz in the corner. Another 3. Offensive board Robinson, his 4th of the half. Grill from way out. In rhythm, it goes down.
Offensive rebounds lead to confidence when you're shooting. Not that Grill needs any confidence, but they certainly go in a lot better when you have good offensive rebounding.
Missouri gets the lead to 8, and Bozeman calls a timeout.
Again, as you mentioned several times, Robinson having a nose for the ball. Great one more. Caleb Grill in rhythm. Those go in a lot.
Anthony Robinson's got 6 rebounds now, and Grill continues to be the guy who can fill it up from the outside. He's got 8 points to lead the Tigers. We have already seen 11 players for Mizzou.
It definitely helps with the defensive pressure. I wouldn't be surprised to see them picking up a little bit more. And again, Arkansas Pine Bluff is trying to play at the same pace. We'll see if Mizzou's depth will wear them down as the game goes along.
We're already seeing also in this first half the two main reasons why Dennis Gates says he wants to have a deep rotation. Number one, you're able to throw waves of energy at other teams and wear them out. He likes his guys to empty the tank, and then he can bring in the next wave. But also, you know, if one guy's not on and you need to go somewhere else, you've got options. And once again, Missouri was able to do that. Slow start offensively, and then Caleb Grill and others come in, and it changes things for the Tigers on that end of the floor.
Absolutely. And then being able to change defenses like that and just switch to a zone and great communication, really putting Pine Bluff on the heels.
Buga's going to go back to the line. That's only the second foul on Missouri as a team in this half. Gray picks up his first personal. Buga to the line for two. He just hit a couple and he knocks that one down. Next week's featured SEC Network volleyball matchup features senior Madison Skinner leading number 14 Texas against Tennessee superstar Nina Chigich and the Lady Vols. Coverage begins Wednesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the SEC Network. And of course, streaming on the ESPN app. Buga's 4 for 4 at the line. And he's going to get a rest, and Osoro comes back in. Remember, he's got those two fouls.
And they are going man-to-man. I was expecting to see a zone with Osoro having two fouls, but they want to match up with the Tigers.
And see if Missouri attacks that. He's guarding Josh Gray. And look at how active Solomon Bozeman is. Big size difference there. Gray just bullies his way to the basket and earns a trip to the foul line.
That was one of the few possessions thus far that we've seen Missouri have an opportunity to run their man-to-man offense. Obviously, pushing the ball and playing aggressive in transition is one key, so they haven't been able to run a lot of half-court sets, but also with Pine Bluff playing zone, been seeing a lot of zone offense, so good to see Missouri execute a little bit and they get the post up and make a play.
Gray misses the first two. That's the 6th team foul. Foul went on Reinhardt, and now he's got two. Osoro comes right back out. Buga comes in. But now Reinhardt, who's been their best shooter, has two fouls.
Little offense-defense sub right there, getting Osoro out of the game. Buga's been on a tear on the offensive end for Pine Bluff.
In and out. Loose ball on the rebound. Who touched it last? Cruz from Missouri. And it will stay with Pine Bluff. Sawyer comes back in for Pine Bluff.
I always say I would be a terrible referee. I can never tell who the ball is out on.
That's a particularly tough one right there. Sawyer driving on Grill. Grill, a good stay-at-home defense. Both sides crash the glass. It goes out off of Pine Bluff.
When Sawyer comes in, he comes off the bench, but he's one of their more aggressive players. He's constantly looking to make plays for himself and for others.
First team all-conference guy in junior college a year ago in Idaho.
Back to the zone.
Lamar Bates back into the game, finds Robinson. Robinson drives, trying to break things up. Good baseline cut. Bucket and one for Mark Mitchell.
Great way to attack, get into the paint. When you see Reinhardt at the top of their zone, he's a menace. He has a really good understanding of how to play that position, but it really breaks down the defense if he allows dribble penetration. That time they were able to get into the paint, Mizzou was, and created a drop-off opportunity.
You know, it's a little thing there, but how big of a difference on that play is it for Mark Mitchell? No one bounce catch straight to the basket.
Yeah, it's important to be able to just understand before the catch how you're going to go up. No hesitation, no shot fakes, and just explode up to the basket.
He completes the three-point play. Missouri has the 9-point lead. This is their largest lead of the game. Here's Anthony Robinson with another rebound.
All right, we got to start calling him Anthony Rodman the way he's hitting the boards.
And Caleb Grill, he's just hot. He's red hot.
Caleb Drill picking right up where he left off. Such a great opportunity for Coach Gates having him back this year to be able to really push pace and play aggressively.
Miscommunication, and Tamar Bates takes advantage. And Missouri starting to sprint away here. The lead is to 14.
Great anticipation, starts with the ball pressure, Bates alert, big time extra emphasis on the finish.
Third turnover by Pine Bluff. Moore. Jones, fake drive kick. Sawyer spinning on Cruz. Cruz is there for the board. Missouri pushes the tempo again. Bates. Robinson, open look. Offensive rebound by Grill. Robinson out to Cruz, and Missouri will reset things. 10 to shoot. Mitchell helps out his fellow KC buddy there. Mitchell on the post, draws a foul with just 2 seconds on the shot clock. And that will take us to another break. Missouri starting to build some momentum. The turnover turning into 2 points on the other end for number 2, who got up, threw it down. Bates and the Tigers looking good as we close out the first half. Anthony Robinson making his 3rd straight start, and Tavares, he's everywhere. He's doing everything for Missouri.
Yeah, like I said earlier, hitting the boards, making shots. But what I've been most impressed with is that his passing, his ability to execute the offense, but also create for himself and for others.
He's got 5 points with 7 rebounds and 4 assists, only 1 turnover. You know, this coaching staff has loved him from the day he got here, and early in his sophomore season, you can tell the summer, I mean, he's really rounded things out going into his sophomore year.
Yeah, you saw Coach CY speaking with him. They're really excited about not only his progress, but he's still just scratching the surface. And his ability to continue to grow and get confident as they go into SEC play is going to be important for the squad.
Mark Mitchell to the foul line for Missouri. This is the front end of the opportunity there, and Cruz with the offensive rebound. Grill, baseline drive. Robinson draws a foul on the drive.
Incredibly shifty. Those hesitations, it's hard to stay in front of that. He's a threat to pull up, but he's really drawing guys, lulling them to sleep in some ways with that strong inside out with his left hand.
Oh, you mentioned it earlier, attacking this zone. Robinson's not just letting it get stuck out there. He's driving, he's being aggressive.
Yeah, where he's attacking from is I hadn't seen that much when watching Pine Bluff guys attacking it from the top. They've been pretty good at sort of corralling the guards up top, and some of the teams have had success beating them with corner threes on reversal. But tonight, Mizzou is actually being able to break down that top guy and Robinson get into the paint and beating it a couple different ways.
Chop Paljor comes in for the first time. He's a freshman from Omaha. Kyle Brown in for the first time for Pine Bluff. Robinson hits the front end as Pine Bluff is now at 9 team fouls. Aiden Shaw checks in for the first time for Missouri. He did not play against Pacific, so his first action in over a week.
Shaw brings a lot of length and versatility, especially on the defensive end. With all the rebounding, all the offensive rebounding opportunities, they want to see Shaw make some energy plays.
Robinson hits both free throws. Missouri's lead is its largest of the afternoon. Robinson guarding Caleb Jones closely. Moving, looking to drive. Chop Paljor. 10 to shoot. Reinhardt. And Paljor stepped out of bounds.
You won't see it on the stat sheet, but Shaw made that play. First with his help side defense. Missouri's going to play in the passing lanes, and It's important that the rim protecting guy gets over there and take away any bad cut. And then just the extra stunning and being able to get his long arms in the passing lane, force them to make a play stepping out of bounds.
Mark Mitchell and Aiden Shaw in the game at the same time. It's intriguing when those two are out there. Some of the plays they can make. Mitchell posts up against Kyle Brown. Good footwork and gets it to go.
Again, those are the possessions that are going to make not only Coach Gates, but also Coach Rob Summers happy to be able to see them execute within the context of their man-to-man offense. It was a nice play. Look at the last bucket there. They ran a normal set, but then you see at the end of the day, you got to be able to make a basketball play. But making plays within the context of the offense is something that they know is going to be important for them once they get into SEC play and also playing some of the bigger teams that they have coming up.
So Robinson got called for a foul a moment ago, and then on the inbound, the foul goes against Pine Bluff, and Robinson drew it.
Yeah, just great anticipation on that curl. Beat the Pine Bluff player to the spot. Yeah, just as he's chasing his man, you got to see that. You got to run around. You got to stop. You got to do something other than run right into him.
That's Kyle Brown's first, and now 10 team fouls and a half on Pine Bluff, so Missouri will shoot 2 the rest of the way. We've still got over 5 minutes to play in the first. Shaw. Not in trouble, but drew a foul.
Another good set that Mizzou was able to execute. Diagonal screen from Perkins, trying to get Shaw a layup. Good catch. Pine Bluff did a good job of walling up on defense, but Shaw was able to draw the foul.
Shaw misses the first. And he'll get a second. Dennis Gates' team, the guards have been shooting well at the line. The bigs, not as much. That's something for them to work on.
Yeah, it's going to be important to him because, as you mentioned earlier, Coach Gates does like to attack the rim. He wants his teams to play with a level of physicality. So you get to the line, you got to be ready to stick them.
19-point lead for Missouri, and they bring some pressure defensively. Robinson is just all over Jones. Reinhardt, a little bit of space. Brown goes down low, but he threw it to the other team.
Tamar Bates, again, with great help side defense. It's that weak side is so important that you don't get caught up worrying about your own man. Get over to the basket, clog up the paint, and help out.
Robinson showing off his handle there. Finds Shaw, who misses the 3, and Reinhardt the rebound. Almost stolen by Robinson. And a foul down low as Fuga went down. Tony Perkins picks up the foul right here.
Again, you see Tamar Bates was there. Perkins didn't have to hit him because Bates was right where he was supposed to be. He almost got another steal protecting the rim. It's been key for Mizzou to have those weak side guys in the paint.
Only the 4th team foul on the Tigers. Pine Bluff is 0 for their last 9.
Another example of do you just get it in or do you try to attack it? Pine Bluff has just been getting it in against Mizzou's baseline defense.
I feel like Missouri's really starting to wear down Pine Bluff the last few minutes. Robinson against Moore. Altered that shot. Missouri runs. They've got the numbers. Mitchell takes it himself with the scoop.
You're not going to beat Mizzou 1-on-5.
And Mark Mitchell just got teed up.
That's unfortunate. That was just one of those situations where you do it at the park, you're used to falling out of bounds, and you try to slap the ball on the way back in, but this game is officiated by some of the best officials in the country, and so you got to turn that one down. But again,
second technical foul on Missouri this season. Remember, the other one was Anthony Robinson against Memphis.
Yeah.
And Reinhardt missed the free throw, first one.
He's feeling good about the breakaway. Just got to
feeling a little too good.
Yeah.
He's going to look at what happened there at the end of the play.
Yeah, you can't touch the ball when it's out of bounds. If he would have just turned around, he may have got the steal without reaching across the line.
Honest mistake.
Yeah, we'll chalk that one up as excited about the breakaway layup.
Youthful exuberance.
Yeah,
I correct myself. The second technical foul for Missouri this season was similar. That was the Josh Gray hanging on the rim, looking like Shaquille O'Neal in Phoenix in '93, taking the basket down.
Yeah, the big fella. I think, I don't want to speak for Coach Gates, but when you see a guy finish that strong, you almost want to let it be. You want to ignore that technical.
Josh Gray's having a nice day today. Everybody from Missouri is. They lead by 20 as we close down the first half at Como. See what they've done at home. They haven't trailed in the second half. More important than that, they've been able to expand their leads. And this is what he's really focused on, take it from 10 to 15, 15 to 20 and on up.
Yeah, you got to trust your principles. You know, when you build a lead, you don't want to get too high. When a team makes a run, you don't want to get too low. You want to stay consistent, and that's what they're trying to establish now, and hoping that it carries over into SEC play.
Missouri's on a 15-1 run right now. That's how they've expanded this lead to 20. 25 of their 39 points have come from Mark Mitchell and Caleb Brill. Christian Moore drives and kicks. Corner three from Sawyer. Offensive rebound, Brown. Reinhardt open on the kick out. There's Marcus Allen back into the game for Missouri with the board. Trent Pierce is also in for the Tigers for the first time. Tamar Bates is fouled on the drive.
Another opportunity to get out in transition and run, and it was generated off a strong contest on the defensive end. When you play hard defensively, it really allows your guys to get out and make plays in transition.
Solomon Bozeman's team over the limit. 2 shots for Bates. And he's still perfect at the foul line on the season.
Coach Bo's been trying to find an opportunity for his guys to stop the bleeding. Again, you can look on their faces a little bit and see that the fatigue is setting in, but trying to find something on this offensive end to be able to get a bucket and create some opportunity for them to make a run.
Missouri is still bringing that energy defensively, continuing with a little full court pressure. Tony Perkins guarding Caleb Jones. Vuga back in for Pine Bluff. Sawyer on the drive and kick into the front row.
Missouri has turned up not only their ball pressure, but their ability to play in the passing lanes. It's difficult to run your sets, and I'm speaking from experience when you play against Mizzou, when those guys put their arms out and you can't make those wing entries.
That's what we've seen from Missouri on this homestand. Good cut, Bates to the hoop. They're going to keep bringing that energy.
Yeah, great zone set there. Was able to take advantage of that middle being wide open, fake a screen, slip into the paint, and create a shot at the basket.
Perkins to Shaw. Aiden Shaw throws it down.
Aiden Shaw has brought a lot of energy to the game. When he came in, I noticed the crowd got really excited. His activity has really impacted this game and helped Missouri stretch this lead out.
He brings a lot of energy. Brown, steal by Bates, his second of the day. Trent Pierce attacks the basket. And that's the first points of the day for Trent Pierce. And a timeout called by Pine Bluff as Missouri is stretching this out towards 30.
Again, defense to offense. When you have that type of activity, that type of length with your hands, being able to get your hand on passes that allows guys to get out. They got the cross-court pass, another steal, allowed Pierce to get out and run and make a play.
And that last bucket by Pierce, you could see when the ball was first stolen, Tamar Bates was trying to, hey, push. He was yelling to his teammates, faster, faster. Pierce caught it on the perimeter and didn't let it slow down. He attacked right away.
Yeah, it's important for that first guy. He was actually yelling at Tony Perkins to get out and fill that first corner, and that's what opened up the driving lane for Pierce to make that play. Perkins would have stayed running towards the rim. It would have been too tight, and so kudos to Tamar Bates being a captain and a leader for really communicating what's necessary to be successful in that situation.
Missouri's also, I feel like, in this first half, Not settling for good shots. They're into that good to great mode. Don't settle for the good shot, go for the great shot.
Yeah, and Coach Gates, one of the things he always says to his team is, if you guys play great defense, we don't have to call plays. I won't tell you what to do on offense. You have the time to make those decisions, but it starts with being able to be aggressive and attack the defensive side of the ball.
2 minutes to go in the half. Missouri in complete control. Rafael Dumont back in, guarded by Marquez Warwick, who re-enters for Missouri. Perkins almost another steal. Reinhardt. Dante Sawyer, guarded by Warwick, and he draws a foul.
Sawyer is unafraid, but if you look at Pine Bluff, all their offensive entries are starting with a high ball screen. It's impossible to enter the ball on the wing the way Missouri is playing, but good job by the team to be able to still get into the paint and make a play after a ball screen and a ball reversal.
Sawyer has 3 points now. He's been in double figures scoring in 4 of Pine Bluff's first 6 games.
Sawyer is incredibly aggressive. He doesn't care if he makes a shot, misses a shot. The next one is going up. So that's good.
Confident guy. He had 24 against South Florida earlier this season.
And again, that's what Coach Bozeman wants out of his team. This game is one that they're trying to utilize to prepare for games in the future.
Almost a minute and a half to go. Missouri looking to finish the first half strong. They really have, especially the last 2 games. Pierce from the corner. Flying in is Perkins. And Zuga collects the loose ball. About the activity on the glass from Missouri's guards, not just Robinson, Perkins and Bates.
Yeah, when you have that zone, great zone set, you want guys to be aggressive with that corner 3. And so the offensive rebounding is key. Hit the boards just in case it doesn't go in.
Been so good in the half court. Otherwise, it's been, haven't really noticed, but Missouri is now 4 for 17 from beyond the arc, which is not indicative of the way they usually shoot from 3.
Yeah, I think, and it doesn't look like Pine Bluff is doing anything spectacular. Mizzou, they are shooting some shots that they don't have as much space as they had in some of their previous games, especially against Pacific or even against Mississippi Valley State, who also played a zone. But they're capable of making these shots. And, you know, again, if you hit the offensive boards, it just helps the whole team's confidence. And so you're not worried about missing.
Asoro back in as Pine Bluff tries to make a late push.
It's an interesting sub, putting Asoro in right now. Less than a minute to go in the game, having those 2 fouls. He's got to be really careful. You don't want him to pick up anything cheap with less than a minute to go in this half.
Let's see if Missouri attacks that. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to work it down low and force his hand.
I also think his energy helped motivate Buga a little bit. Buga came back in and played a little tougher. And I think Asoro kind of set the tone for that.
Robinson drives the baseline, stolen away. He's looking for Grill in the corner. Dumont. Loose ball right in front of us. What a play by Shaw. Created the turnover, and Perkins draws a foul. What you've been talking about since he came into the game, the plays that Aiden Shaw's been making, not the stat sheet plays. Here's another one.
Yeah, tremendous hustle. Just having that left hand in the passing lane allowed Perkins to shoot that gap, and then Aiden Shaw make a second effort play to be able to keep it alive. And really phenomenal opportunity to get out and run in transition based off of their aggressive defense.
Perkins hits the first of 2. It's the kind of play you wish you could get an assist on it if Perkins hits both these free throws.
Yeah, you can tell with Perkins, who's working himself back in after missing the last couple games. He's, those shots, he'll finish those. I wouldn't be surprised in a week or 2 if he's dunking that at the rim. Yeah. But good to see him back out here, and it looks like the guys are enjoying playing with him as the lead guard on the court.
Hit them both. Missouri is 11 for 14 at the line in the first half. Honor Boateng comes back in. Aiden Shaw, well-deserved rest.
Yeah, he definitely came in and gave the Tigers a spark, and that's what Coach Gates wants to see out of Shaw, is be more than just a shooter, come in there and be active and make plays for the team in a lot of different ways.
That 7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. There's the first points for Paul George.
First time Mizzou got aggressive and trapped in their pickup man-to-man, but you know, he gave up a layup. I hope Coach Gates comes back to it just to let these guys put some different type of pressure on Pine Bluff.
And here you go, 16 seconds left. Missouri able to hold for the last shot. Timeout called by Dennis Gates. This is where in some of these early season non-con games where you have a little breathing room up by 24 to work on some things.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit of cat and mouse. Coach Gates has to decide, does he think Coach Bozeman is coming out in man or coming out in zone? He'll probably give his team a couple different options based on what they see Pine Bluff being in defensively, but look for them to execute some type of set to get this crowd energized right before the half.
All about being ready for when this comes up in conference play or against Cal or Kansas in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, these games are important specifically for that reason. You know you have some big boys coming up. You know once you get into SEC play, every night is going to be a battle. And so you want to make sure you have your execution tight and your guys confident.
Warwick, Perkins, Shaw back in, Boateng and Bates for this final possession. What we assume will be the final possession of the first half.
Man-to-man for Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Shaw with under 10. Now the freshman Boateng back into the hands of the veteran Perkins. The lob. And was looking for Shaw. There's Bates, and they're going to count that and the foul.
You get caught up looking and ball watching. Great defense to take away the lob. But you got to keep playing. You need other guys to get involved in that possession. Tough break for Pine Bluff.
Tamar Bates. 10 points now. Make it 11. Again, Missouri treating the situation. They sub Marcus Allen back in.
It's like you said, the guards are doing their job making free throws.
Missouri 12 for 16 in the first half. Just 2.6 seconds here for Pine Bluff. See if they can get a desperation shot off. It is Dumont from midcourt. Off the glass. So Missouri finishes strong. A complete first half for Missouri. Controlling the boards, controlling the scoreboard. Dennis Gates still coaching up his guys. Halftime in Columbia, Missouri income on Monday. And it's got to be difficult to keep the spirits up and focus on that. Hey, look, trying to get themselves ready for conference play down the line.
Yeah, part of the process for them. Tremendous strength of schedule, a lot of road games. And so, you know, they know it comes with the territory. But also they want to make sure they put their best foot forward the rest of this game.
All right, so we start the second half. Missouri up big, and talked about Dennis Gates playing with lineups in these non-con games. He starts the second half with Bates, Robinson, Cruz, Grill, and Mitchell, which differs from the starting five, which had Boateng in there for Missouri. Grill came off the bench once again, sparked Missouri. Tigers strong defensively. Vuga able to score.
A little smaller, getting Grill, guarding Vuga inside. Not in his comfort zone, but can't just give up an easy turnaround. He's got to fight a little harder next time on that possession.
Robinson and Mitchell, a little confusion there. Bates drives, has some space, and the hammer destroyed the rim.
Big time poster. You get Bates going to his left hand, jumping off that right leg. That explosion is second to none. Tremendous athlete going to his left.
That lane opened up, and I'm sure he got excited to see that. Bates with 13. Three-pointer no good. Vuga the offensive board. And there's Robinson with another rebound. That's his 9th rebound. Mitchell. Cruz. He is triple team down there. Look who was there to create the second chance. It was Robinson. Mitchell. Now, he hit a couple of threes the other day. That one's off the mark. And the rebound by Quentin Bolton.
He's second guess on that shot, a little bit out of rhythm, but more than capable three-point shooter.
Jones from way out, right into the hands of Bates. Robinson, Grill, corner three in rhythm.
That's what you want. Again, great contest, force Pine Bluff into a tough shot, allow Mizzou to push, and Caleb Grill being a recipient is what you want.
He's been so red hot lately. I'm sure the temptation is to start him, but he's been so good off the bench. You gotta keep going with what works, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's not hurting his confidence, especially when it comes to shooting the ball.
Or the miss. Mitchell comes up with the loose ball. Now he attacks the basket and draws a foul. Tamar Bates, eyes probably got the size of saucers when he saw this space open up.
Again, like the rotation, the help side defense, it doesn't matter. When he gets ahead of steam and he's able to get that right foot planted, look out.
He's one of the few returners for Missouri, but I'll tell you what, one of the biggest differences for Mizzou offensively, just the aggressiveness attacking the basket every possession from last year.
He's definitely matured. You can tell he's embraced the leadership role. He's trying to not only be aggressive for himself, but he's out there talking. You can see him right now. He's telling other guys what to expect. This game is far from over, and he's keeping everybody engaged and really trying to make sure that whether it's the old guys or young guys, they know what Coach Gates wants this next defensive possession.
So he's got a real good leadership core. Bates obviously taking control. But, you know, he and Mark Mitchell have a long history together, growing up playing together in KC.
Yeah, this roster, you know, you got guys from all over, but certainly the local flavor is something that is important to this staff as they continue to build this program.
Well, they're familiar with each other. I mean, they played a lot of games together. There's Mitchell with the steal, and he takes it and lays it in.
He's got to be careful. It looked like he wanted to reach across the line again after that play.
Well, he and Vuga are going at it. Sawyer just into the game. It was a nice find, but couldn't get it to go. The aggressive rebound by Shaw. Mitchell, coast to coast!
That's what he wanted to do the last possession. He couldn't get his footing right, but that time he was able to plant that left foot and explode up. And that's a tremendous athletic play for Mark Mitchell.
20 points for Mark Mitchell, and that was off of Pine Bluff, another turnover.
You know, sometimes guys being near you or hanging on you doesn't matter. You have that type of explosiveness, that type of determination. The bench is loving it. Very aggressive play for Mark Mitchell in transition.
He's also got 5 rebounds to go along with those 20 points and 8 for 11 from the field. And we mentioned it in the first half highlights. He's always finding high percentage shots.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his body. Once he gets into the paint, there's no stopping him. You know, I think for his confidence, it'd be nice to see him knock a 3 down, but again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep going to the basket, keep making athletic plays.
Seeing why he started so many games at Duke in his first couple of years. Now in the black and gold. So there's Tony Perkins who just checked back in. There's Cruz straight away, misses the 3. Missouri, last touch by the Tigers. They tried to find another offensive rebound.
Nice adjustment, went into halftime. That time they screened the middle guy of the 3-2 zone and created a step behind 3 opportunity. Coach Gates going into his bag, trying to create some opportunities for his players.
Vuga can't get it to go. Rebound by Grill. Mizzou is plus 20 in the paint right now. So those subpar 3-point numbers are not hurting them in the least. Grill, he's been the one who's been hitting them. The miss, offensive rebound, Cruz, and draws a foul on the putback attempt. 4 minutes into the second half. Well, a lot like the first 20 minutes of the first half. Missouri continuing to grow their lead. They're in complete control of 63-27 on Arkansas Pine Bluff. And you look at the numbers for Grill and Mitchell, they're taking good shots. I mean, Grill 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, but I don't think he's taken a bad shot. They've all been in offense, in rhythm.
Yeah, 4 of 7 is still a great percentage.
Yeah.
As a team, they're not shooting as well as they would like to, but again, they're making up for it with those offensive rebounds. Even that last possession, Cruz getting an offensive rebound and getting fouled, getting an opportunity to get points at the line.
Missouri has 12 offensive rebounds in this game. Cruz hits 1 of 2. Missouri's going to bring Marcus Allen back in. He replaces Cruz. Boy, this is an ultra-athletic lineup Missouri has on the floor with Shaw, Allen, and Mitchell playing at the same time. I don't know that we've seen this look from Mizzou yet. Here's Dumont. Shaw flies in for the rebound. Perkins and Grill in the backcourt.
It's another thing when you have this type of depth and you get to a second half like this where you got a big lead. You have to figure out what you want to work on.
Mitchell to Perkins in the corner. He's got an open look. There's Allen with another offensive rebound. And he goes right to the basket, and he'll have a chance at a three-point play. The thing you hear about Marcus Allen, Tavares, is he's always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, this season has really come on. And again, nice shot by Perkins in the corner, but don't worry if you miss because Mizzou is able to go up and get it. Big-time athletic play by Allen. And I know it's important for the staff. They want to see him continue to play with confidence. He's done so far this year, and he hasn't really played as much this game. And you really want him to finish this last 15 out to be able to make sure he continues to have that swagger that he's been playing with all year.
Completes the three-point play. That confidence, Dennis Gates says, it comes from his preparation. He's been well coached coming up, and there's a reason why. He's still in his first month of college basketball, but looks like a guy who's been playing for a couple of years. Yeah,
he's unafraid of the moment. He's not trying to make it about him. He knows it's about this team. He's taking advantage of the time that he's been getting throughout the season.
Sawyer drives on Perkins. Good help defense by Shaw. Battle for the rebound, and Shaw flew in for a block, but he's going to get called for the foul. And that will send Quentin Bolton to the line. Look at Allen, 3 points. He's also got 3 rebounds and assists. I mean, he's just a guy that has a high IQ for the game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to make his presence felt when he gets into the game. And again, he's not out there trying to shoot every time he touches the ball. He's letting it come to him, but definitely being active and understanding that you can go get it a few different ways.
First one in and out. Missouri 34 of their 67 points in the paint, including those last couple from Allen. As Mark Mitchell gets a rest and Anthony Robinson's back in. So Missouri goes a little smaller here. Another rebound for Shaw. Anthony Robinson is a 3 and a rebound away from a double-double.
Wow.
Allen
There's that slip play again.
There's Robinson. Baseline drive. In and out. Another aggressive drive to the basket by Missouri, though.
Great rip baseline. Draws the defenders, but able to slide shot through. You want to see some of those fall, but that type of aggression will be rewarded at the foul line.
Robinson's 2 for 2 at the line today. 82% free throw shooter on the season.
Robinson shooting 2.
Got the first. I mean, 14:30 to go. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Neighborhood of a triple-double.
Definitely a double-double.
Yep. He's got 9 points now. 9-9 for the sophomore from Tallahassee. Osoro had that foul trouble in the first half. Never did pick up his third. Now Caleb Jones. Open look in the corner. And that is good from Chop Paljor.
Missouri working on their man-to-man defense, and Pine Bluff able to get into their ball screen offense, which they haven't been able to do that much this half. Gave up 3.
Robinson behind the back. Gets cut off. Able to salvage the possession. Allen the drive. Hangs. Gets his own rebound, but the foul called on the initial shot.
Mizzou working on their half-court offense a little bit, but it's hard to pull guys back. You want to see what happens if we get to the second or third side, but when you see a closeout that you're capable of attacking, you got to let guys keep making plays. And you know, it's starting with a good action, but right now guys are making plays going to the rim.
Makes the first free throw. Dennis Gates knowing it all builds up to that conference season that starts in early January. We saw Georgia at halftime with the upset win over St. John's. LSU beat UCF in a game that they were trailing by 20, 109-102 in triple overtime. There's no nights off in the SEC.
Absolutely not, and you know, a lot of these games are going to be close. You know, you get a lead, you can't rest on it.
Well, Missouri certainly learned that a year ago. Didn't win a conference game, but the vast majority were single-digit differences. They didn't get blown out very much. It was just all that little difference of being able to pull out a win in a close game. Marquez Warwick knocks it down.
Big-time transition 3. Another one that hadn't played a whole lot, but coming in the game and ready to execute and getting out and running and making plays.
Another steal. Here's the break. Warwick to Perkins. And Perkins. And 1.
Perkins was...
More defense leading to offense.
Perkins was pointing up like he wanted the lob. I mentioned in the first half that he had that breakaway that he might be able to dunk in a couple of weeks. Looked like he was trying to get it this time.
I wanted to have a little bit more fun on that. Warwick with the assist. Three-point play for Tony Perkins, who's got 7 on the night. Missouri's lead to 46.
Important time after missing a couple of games for Perkins to come in now and sort of find a little bit of his swagger. We all know what he's capable of, and having this second half to get your game back a little bit is important for Tony Perkins as we move throughout this season.
The Canadian Raphael Dumont with a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, one of 3 lefties that I count on this roster. You don't see that too much on one team, but very good when he gets to his left hand. Great finish off 2 feet, good body control. Got a chance for the three-point play.
Freshman from Quebec City. Culture shock. Quebec to Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
All right. Would bet it doesn't look or feel the same.
Warmer at least. Under 13 to play. Here's Grill, cut off there. Allen to Grill again. Allen with some space to work with there. Instead, he stays on the perimeter.
And what you notice as a coach from that possession is Grill was trying to be aggressive within the context, and kudos for not forcing it. And it allowed Pierce to be able to get a shot later on in the possession.
Pierce now with 5 points. He's shown that ability to shoot from the outside. The answer no good. Pierce the rebound. Transition 3, Caleb Grill. And the rebound to Buga.
I guess he utilized that possession to get that shot off that he was thinking about last time. You know, Coach Gates pointed out he can be as aggressive as he want to be. There's no bad shot as long as he's thinking about winning.
He's got the green light. Paljor Offensive rebound. Kyle Brown gets it to go.
Physical backup post. Look for him to get better as this year goes along. Same thing for Coach Bozeman. Try to get those guys to play with a little confidence down the stretch.
Warwick wide open from straight away.
That's 2 in a row for Warwick. That shot looks pure. Lefty shots tend to look a little better than righties. I'm not a lefty, but some of those shots are pretty.
Can't leave Marquez Warwick open like that. He will drain it. 11:23 to go. Missouri stretching the lead out, keeping the game being played at a high level, including Marquez Warwick. Trent Pierce from the outside. Tigers in control.
Being a Cal alum, that's going to be a special game for him, and I know he's going to want to have his guys prepare for that.
What's that like? I mean, what's going on in your head whenever you're seeing the team that you played for?
You know, it's one of those things. You got to love the one you're with. When I was at Georgia Tech as an assistant coach, we played Northwestern, and it actually came down the stretch to we won on the last-second shot. And, you know, it's so much emotion going into those games that you want to get it over with, but you're certainly trying to beat your alma mater in those situations.
A nice offensive set coming out of the timeout. Kyle Brown with the layup.
That's one that Coach Gates in film session is going to really get on the guys, because they mentioned that in shoot around. Every time out of the timeout, Pine Bluff really looks to go back door, and they were able to get the ball inside and make a play on the backdoor cut.
Marcus Allen with another and one. He is just so patient when he gets the ball down low.
Yeah, again, just patient, poised, confident, strong, just all the adjectives that describes really good defense. But when guys come around and, you know, those extra hands, if you think you're straight up and you end up leaning a little bit, it makes it easier on the refs to call it.
6 points, 4 rebounds. Missed the free throw. A lane violation on Pine Bluff, though. So Allen will get another chance at this.
Allen shoots one.
And completes the three-point play. So that's 7 for Allen. Go along with the 4 rebounds and 1 assist and everything he does on the defensive end. Missouri brings Honor Boateng back in. And a foul called on Allen on the entry pass to Vuga.
Would love to see Boateng get going here in his last 11 minutes or so. You know, he helped create that violation by attacking the glass on the offensive end, just looking for different ways to find an opportunity to impact the game. He's so strong and physical, and whether it's making shots or getting it on the glass, I'd love to see Boateng get going down the stretch.
So much expected of him. I mean, anytime you're a 5-star, nationally recruited guy, top 25 kind of guy, there's going to be a lot of expectations. And I feel like Missouri, you know, they think it's going to come around. That's probably why they're starting him, even though he hasn't been playing starters minutes the last couple of weeks. That's sort of a, hey, let's get you used to this kind of thing.
Yeah, it most certainly is. And he's really mature and understands that, you know, to be able to get to where you want to go, you got to go through the process. And he and Coach Gates are really connected about how the season's going to go. And just looking forward to him continuing to develop and get better.
I mean, I don't know how it's written on the scouting report, but Marquez Warwick's one of the best scorers in all of college basketball for 4 years. You just can't leave that guy open like that.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you transfer, you play a different role than what you're used to, but you are who you are. And his ability to make shots it's who he is.
Anthony Robinson expecting Pierce to be in the corner there, and he threw it into his own bench. Unselfishness by Robinson results in a turnover.
Always a tough decision. Should you cut? Should you hold? Those are the type of kinks that you're working out in non-conference play that'll hopefully be solved as you get into the bigger games.
By the way, he has 7 assists now. There's still 10 minutes to play. Boateng in transition. Pierce looking for the rebound. Brown comes out with it. Jacob Cruz is going to check in from Missouri at the next stoppage, it looks like. Ruga against Shaw. It's a nice cut to the hoop and finished by Dumont. Good find.
Dumont being able to move without the ball, finding those gaps, catch your man turning his head, make a play at the rim.
Aiden Shaw, no good. Sawyer from straight away. Into the hands of Warren. Boateng all the way, unobstructed, draws the foul.
Honor Boateng really wanted to get his feet down so he can go up and flush that. But great body control. The last two at the rim haven't gone for him, but incredible body control. He's running, strong with it. Grabbed his arm, and you want to see him knock these down, get some momentum as this game is winding down.
It's the first. Family in the stands. Thanksgiving week. It's a work week for college basketball players.
Not that Pine Bluff was ever on his five-star radar, but he is playing against a team from his home state, and you know, probably knows some of these guys. I know he knows some of the coaches who've worked with him in the past, and you know, it's one of those things where you want to show well against a hometown team.
Missouri at 90 points. There's still 9 minutes to go. Dumont, offensive rebound, and the putback that time by Bolton.
Coach Bozeman is going to continue to coach this group hard. Still working on things. Fatigue obviously set in. Looking a little bit like Mike Tyson in that boxing match a week or so ago. But they're not going to stop playing and continue to try to build upon their standards and holding each other accountable to executing what Coach Bozeman wants to do.
And the same thing for Missouri down the stretch.
Absolutely. It's about playing up to your standard. Don't worry about the score. You know, again, with so much depth, some of these guys, these are very important minutes for them. And you want to continue to play your game. Don't take anything for granted in these moments.
Boateng on the drive. Good look to Shaw, and Aiden Shaw throws it down.
Great unselfishness by Boateng. His ability to find his teammate, and tremendous athleticism by Shaw.
Dumont on the drive, nowhere to go. Cruz the steal. This should be some fun. Jacob Cruz pushes the lead to 50. Dumont again. Nowhere to go. And that one almost came in my lap. Missouri continuing to run up and down the floor. They're having a good time on a Sunday afternoon in Mizzou Arena. Tigers on the defensive end and the offensive end. Aiden Shaw looking good. Jacob.
As an assistant coach at Oral Roberts, won their conference tournament and went on to the Sweet 16. So that's what he's trying to get these Pine Bluff guys to understand, that he's been there, and these type of road games are going to help them as they get into conference play.
How do you keep the morale up? You know, when this is going to be another 30-plus point loss in all likelihood.
You actually turn it around and use it as motivation. You know, it's one of those things. A lot of these guys, you know, they want to play at a level like Mizzou. And so you bring them here and you show them what it's like. And, you know, it could go one or two ways, but it certainly could be a motivating factor for some of these guys to really knuckle down and listen to what it takes to win these games.
Missouri brings Peyton Marshall, the freshman 7-footer, in for the first time. He replaces Aiden Shaw. Jones, 3 on the shot clock. Aljor is going to have to put up a prayer here. Instead, bailed out by the foul call on Boateng.
Yeah, I think Honor Boateng may have got confused by the crowd as well. He relaxed for a second, expected a shot clock violation. But good job to continue to attack and draw the foul by Arkansas Pine Bluff.
5th team foul, first on Boateng. Aljor Guarded by Anthony Robinson. From way out, drilled.
That shot looked like he's been there before. He had nice rhythm, nice confidence, and splashed it.
He's 3 for 4 from three-point range. So the freshman looking good under those bright lights of the SEC. Warwick. Boateng in the corner. They feed the post. And Marshall got fouled. It's double team. And he will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Again, both teams trying to work on things. It's a different look, that 3-2 zone with Caleb Jones up top versus when Zach Reinhardt is up top. He's a little smaller, and so they have different principles, but certainly an opportunity to try different things and see what you're going to need down the stretch of the season once you get into conference play.
Marshall hits the front end. Missouri 80% as a team from the line so far this afternoon. So those free throw numbers are going up.
Marshall came in and repped for the big guys, said, we're going to get on the board with a couple of makes. Announcer's jinx.
1 of 2 there. Jones from the corner. Boateng with those active hands. 3 goes down that time for Quentin Bolton.
Quentin Bolton starts, but usually a little quiet. With that shooting touch, I'd love to see him be more aggressive.
He's only got 5 points. Anthony Robinson has got 10 rebounds. Here's another assist maybe. To Markham Warwick. And Tigers unable to haul in an offensive rebound. It'll go to Pine Bluff.
I like that aggressive shot from Warwick. He's earned the right to be more aggressive the way his shot has looked so far, but also like that crash by Boateng. Didn't come up with it, but showing his activity and athleticism.
More aggressive defense by Robinson. Paljor, hand in the face, hits it again.
Chop Paljor playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Boateng for 3. And a rebound that time by Brown. Running the floor. Good challenge there on the layup attempt. And turned over by Pine Bluff. Missouri brings Trent Pierce back in.
We all know this game is out of reach for Pine Bluff. But one thing, Coach Gates is going to continue to coach his guys hard and demand excellence from them. You don't want to relax. You don't want to get comfortable. You want to continue to improve at all aspects of the game of basketball.
Missouri moving the ball around the perimeter. Robinson over to Pierce. He's got an open look. Offensive board by Warwick. Robinson on the drop. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound and the putback. And a double-double for Anthony Robinson.
Now we'll see if he gets aggressive for some passing to try to get that triple-double.
He's got 11 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. The block by Cruz. And then Marshall is fouled. Robinson has been aggressive on the glass from the first minute of the game.
Yeah, following up his own miss, quick second jump, making the plays that's necessary to keep his team feeling good about themselves, not worrying about any type of shots that don't go in. They're going to have another chance at it with those quick second jumps.
10th team foul, so 2 shots here for Marshall. This is the first. All right, you're Dennis Gates. You're the head coach. Your point guard is 3 assists away from a triple-double. You want to know that?
As a head coach, it doesn't really matter to Coach Gates. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to leave him in longer to try to get a number. He's going to continue to coach his team. But, you know, it is something that, you know, deep down, everyone part of the organization would love to see him get a triple-double. But you don't hunt for those things. The basketball guys don't reward you when you hunt for those things.
Robinson to the bench with 5 minutes to play. Missouri brings Allen back in. So they got Allen, Marshall, along with Warwick, Cruz, and Pierce. Missouri trapping defensively, almost got a turnover. Jones puts it up, looking for Sora.
I'd like to see them reward Marshall right now for running.
Knocked out of bounds by Asoro. Will stay with Missouri.
Sometimes it's tough to turn down three-pointers when you're going up against a zone, but being able to run a set to get the ball inside and reward the big fella can add a different look and really help his confidence and help the team be able to have a different way to attack.
Rolls to the basket there. Cruz is left open in the corner. In and out, gets an offensive rebound. In through traffic, draws a foul.
And sometimes, and this is speaking from experience as a former big, you got to go get it yourself. Great job by Marshall. Reading the ball, watching the flight, figuring out where it's going to go, grabbing the ball, being strong with it in the paint.
Another trip to the foul line for Marshall. He's 2 for 4. Gets the roll on the first. Asoro exits the game.
Marshall has great touch, and as he continues to develop, Coach Gates' offense is important for big guys like him because you're asked to do a lot, especially when you play man-to-man. You haven't seen it as much today because Pine Bluff has mostly been in zone, but when they run their man-to-man stuff, guys like Gray and Marshall are really asked to do a lot of different things. They're asked to make decisions, and that's what you want if you're preparing to develop at the game of basketball. You have aspirations of playing at the next level. You want to play in a system that lets you work, and that's what the big guys can do here at Mizzou.
Pine Bluff lost that rebound on the missed free throw out of bounds. T.O. Barrett is in for the first time for Dennis Gates. You look at Marshall's high school tape, like, he'll pop out and hit a three every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think Gray hit one last game. When you have guys that can stretch the floor, it really makes it hard for teams to load up on you. And certainly elements of that allows for that within the offense.
Tough luck for Allen there. He did everything right, and it just didn't fall off the back of the rim. Uga. Good defense by Pierce. Missouri on the run. Warwick to Pierce. Didn't settle for a bad three. Instead, drives and scores.
Great body control. Head was up. Was ready to make a pass if necessary, but took the contact. Little Kevin Durant style finish for the young fella.
Missouri has played almost the entire bench. Uga, started by the freshman Allen, late in the shot clock. Allen stays at home defensively. Dumont the offensive rebound. How about another one for Chop? Yep.
Chop. Chopping him up. It's a pretty shot.
Timeout, 3 minutes to go. Missouri 101, Pine Bluff 56. Tigers just a few minutes away from their 5th consecutive win. Caleb Grill and Tony Perkins, just to name 3 of them. I mean, these are all conference high-level guys that can really spark you off the bench.
Yeah, what you notice, in the recruiting pitch for Missouri, they're talking about coming here and preparing yourself to be able to play at the next level, getting ready to play in the NBA. And you don't know what type of role you're going to have in the NBA. Being able to have that opportunity to learn and play different styles it's important for the Mizzou bench and all their players.
2:55 to go. Missouri up comfortably, 101-56 here in Como. We'll be back in just a second. T.O. Barrett to the line for Mizzou, the freshman point guard. He saw his first college minutes on Friday night.
Another young player that Coach Dennis Gates is extremely excited about. I asked him very specifically about Barrett and how he's able to keep his head. And he said the kid is tough. He's a winner, and his best basketball days are obviously ahead of him, but expect even more out of him this year than we've seen thus far.
One of the members of that top 5 ranked recruiting class for Missouri. Had to end sometime for Chop Paljor.
Chop is trying to put on a show.
And some good effort by Kyle Brown. Taking out the expensive seats.
Love the hustle. I'm glad he was a little bit more left than he could have been and missed us, but those guys are going to keep playing.
It's okay. An adult beverage paid the sacrifice.
Free refills.
Luckily, there was nobody in those seats. And one knocked out of bounds by the hustling Kyle Brown. Well, Truman, don't just shake your head at it. Help. Marshall, another one of those freshmen. There are 3 of them on the floor right now. Marshall looking for his own rebound. And Aiden Shaw, like he drew a foul.
I don't mind Marshall being ultra aggressive right there. You know, you have the size and power advantage. Sometimes you just will one into the basket. But again, Aiden Shaw, his activity level, those extra possessions they're getting on the boards almost make any shot a good shot because they're going to go get it if you miss.
Missed the first of 2 at the foul line. Shaw with 5 points, 5 rebounds in his 15 minutes.
Yeah, again, sometimes stats don't tell the full story. The game was very much in doubt in the first half when he came in and made some incredible defensive plays with his length, and just one of those things that you want to continue to get him playing with that type of activity because you know you're going to need it.
Good to see that kind of energy in a lopsided game too, I'm sure. Paljor again, guarded by Marshall. Stolen away by Trent Pierce. Here's T.O. Barrett in transition.
Still playing hard, on-ball pressure.
Missouri has forced 18 turnovers and scored 30 points off those turnovers, the latest by T.O. Barrett.
Great hit ahead, athletic guard. Love to see guards get above the rim. They don't get a chance to do it too often.
Fade away from Paljor.
Chop Paljor is definitely going to put this game on his highlight tape when it's time to get that contract to go overseas. Show everybody what he was able to do at an SEC school.
I think Mr. Paljor might be thinking about the portal in the offseason. You never know. We'll see how things go.
Sure, Coach Bo's going to love to hear that. It's college basketball nowadays.
Yeah. Final 90 seconds. Pierce, straight line drive. Missouri 107 points. They're 4 off their season high.
Yeah, they're going to keep playing. They're not going to celebrate. They're not going to relax. They're going to keep attacking. They're going to keep playing basketball. These guys deserve the opportunity to keep competing. And that's what Coach Gates and the staff want to see out of them.
You got 3 freshmen and a sophomore in there with Cruz. A little too much on that one. Barrett unable to haul it in. And here come the walk-ons. Jeremy Sanchez and J.B. Brown coming in the final 56 seconds of this one.
Same thing for these guys. I expect them to play extremely hard. I bet you they're 2 of the more vocal guys this defensive possession. They're going to take advantage of this 56 seconds and really try to show that they're capable of helping this team.
Sanchez is a captain for this team. He played for Dennis Gates at Cleveland State. Paljor again.
All the communication in the world wasn't going to stop Paljor from making that shot. Definitely not taking it either.
22 points and one chance for T.O. Barrett at the other end.
Great footwork, playing off 2 feet. Not only does he have the explosiveness, he has the physicality in the paint to be able to withstand contact.
13 different players have scored for Missouri. Steal by Boateng. And a three-point play chance for the 5-star freshman.
Tremendous composure. Again, they're going to keep up their activity level. There's no let up. Good patience, good power, nice finish for Boateng. And not too high, not too low. Understand what this game is all about. He's having fun out there.
And that free throw gives Mizzou a new season high, 112 points for the Tigers. They continue to put the pressure there. Johnson gets fouled on the drive with 23 seconds left. Boateng gets called for the foul. He sends Landon Johnson to the line. Hey, Chop Paljor. He played 2 minutes last time out against Texas Tech. He's got 22 points on 8 of 10 shooting.
I'm incredibly curious what his practices are like.
Barrett off a nice feed by Boateng. Barrett's in trouble down there, turns it over. The final few seconds will tick away here in Como. No good at the buzzer. 112-63, a 49-point victory for Dennis Gates' Missouri Tigers. Plus 188 at home this year. They've won 5 straight. Final thoughts, Tavares?
Yeah, they did their job. Took care of the ball, forced turnovers. A lot of guys getting involved. They use their depth. It's exactly what you want to see in a game like this from Mizzou.
So Dennis Gates' Missouri Tigers start the Thanksgiving week with a feast. 112 points. Their 5th straight victory comes at the hands of the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. Don't be sure to check in with us on Wednesday. Next matchup for Mizzou here on SEC Network Plus. They take on Lindenwood. For Tavares Hardy, our entire Columbia, Missouri-based SEC Network crew, thanks for watching. Final from Columbia, Mizzou 112, Arkansas Pine Bluff 63. This has been a presentation of ESPN.